everyone kind of found out about it.
Really? What do they say?
Well, it got leaked out there. Someone sent it around, got in a bunch of group chats. Then everyone started going crazy about it. And then everyone kind of put two and two together with all my traveling, everything I was going out and doing. So they were like, all right, kind of makes sense now. And now it kind of died down.
Mm-hmm. I know you're straight, but when you're filming any of these guy collabs, has there been any that you're like were actually kind of attracted to?
There hasn't been any that I personally have, but I know on the other way around there might have been a couple. Like my recent one that I filmed, I know he was into it, wanted to maybe do it again. So
is that something you would do off camera, you think? I mean, was it good?
It was good, but I don't know about off camera. Definitely for another video.
So I used to use a certain bank. I don't want to say which bank it is. And they recently closed my account because they found out what I did.
Really?
Yeah, like my bank literally cut me off and stopped working with me over it. And they basically professionally said, we don't want to work with you or ending our relationship, blah, blah, blah. And like they wouldn't tell me why, but has to be OF because
yeah.
What else would it be? Like I'm not out here doing anything else, so. Welcome to the Boss Talks podcast. It's Bossman here, and today I'm with a guest that I've recently filmed a collab with. You guys might know him, you might not. If not, then introduce yourself. And
we got Blonde Boy Brad over here.
Yes, sir. And so I know you've been doing it for a minute. So what got you into the whole like OF space?
Honestly, I just heard people online were making a lot of money doing it, so I was like, you know what, we'll give it a try. Started doing it and stuck to doing it.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been doing it?
It'll be about 2 years in this summer.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. And so I guess, do you come from a small town?
I do, yep. Small
Really?
town in Nebraska.
Do they know about it?
Yeah, I did. Everyone kind of found out about it.
Really? What do they say?
Well, it got leaked out there. Someone sent it around, got in a bunch of group chats. Then everyone started going crazy about it. And then everyone kind of put two and two together with all my traveling, everything I was going out and doing. So they were like, all right, kind of makes sense now. And now it kind of died down.
Mm-hmm. And like, do you have any cool stories? Have you ever met anyone on there? Have you ever like anything crazy happened in your life that's changed like since you started doing it?
Honestly, just being able to like travel, meet a lot of other creators like you guys, being able to go crazy places, do crazy things like the live stream 2-month thing. That was crazy.
And so like, do you have any regrets doing it?
No, 0 regrets over here.
Really? And so I guess you're probably seen something on maybe TikTok or online and you're like, okay, people are making a living out of it. Like I'm going to give it a try. And I guess it's worked out, right?
Yep. Oh, it definitely has.
Yeah. What was you doing before?
I was working everything before. Every part-time job out there, grocery store, retail, car wash, everything.
Have you ever worked in a restaurant?
I have worked in a restaurant.
Which ones?
I worked in like a bar grill. It was just like a little like local kind of one.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That's cool that you've worked like a regular job before. Because like, I know some creators like growing up, they never did. And so they don't know what it's like to be out here struggling. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've worked every part-time job under the sun.
Mm-hmm. So when you started, how old were you?
I was 19, like 2 months after I turned 19.
Yeah. So you're like fresh out of high school then.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty interesting. And then I know you said like the group chats got leaked and all that stuff. So I guess everybody knows. Like, did you ever have a girlfriend or a boyfriend? Like,
I did not. Nope. No girlfriends. No boyfriends.
really? So you're just single, like growing up?
Just yeah, pretty yeah. My whole time doing OnlyFans, I have been single.
Dang. So you've never had a relationship?
Not during OnlyFans, but beforehand, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like throughout high school, had 2 or 3 in high school, and then a couple before that. But
Was it
not
boyfriends
since
or
then.
girlfriends?
It was all girlfriends.
Nice. Cool. So like, would you say you're a player at all?
Yeah, I would say so.
What do you say your body count is?
I'll say it's pushing 20. We're pushing 20.
Sheesh. Is that all girls or girls and guys?
It is all girls.
Really? Well,
All
I know you got
girls.
some collabs in there.
I do got some crazy collabs. No, we haven't dropped any crazy guy-on-guy collabs like that yet.
Really? Because I remember last week I had Opash on. He said y'all did something pretty sus.
Yeah, I did just drop my first ever male-on-male BJ video.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone went crazy over that.
Mm-hmm. And so when you started, I guess you knew that you had a male audience. So like when you started, did you know that? Was you aware of that you were
Yeah.
gonna have that?
Oh yeah, right off the bat, after like the first like month of seeing everyone come in, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
What was like? Because I know you do your own chatting. What was like the first thought you had when someone asked you like an out of pocket question or like said something crazy?
Well, most of the time, like it'll take me like a second. Like if it's like something funny, like out of pocket, I'll like sit there and laugh or something. Then have to come up with a response quick and be like, all right, here's that. But honestly, I like the out of pocket stuff. It keeps me entertained.
Yeah, but like I like going through my DMs because sometimes people will just be DMing me and they say the craziest stuff, bro, and I'm just like, you're insane. Like it's stuff that like they
Yeah.
would not say to you in real life. I would hope. It's just like actually,
Hopefully not.
yeah. It's like they just be saying some crazy stuff, especially people that have like crazy like fetishes and stuff.
Oh,
There's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. Like never kink shaming because I got my own stuff going on, but like it's definitely interesting because they just be saying some out of pocket stuff, bro, and I'm just like, what the heck? You know what I mean?
Oh, it keeps me entertained for sure. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And so when you started, I guess you're obviously cool with guys subscribing to you and like talking to you all the time.
Yeah, I am.
So like, what would you say your sexuality is?
I would say it's straight.
100%.
Definitely on the lines of probably a little gay for pay in there.
Mm-hmm. You don't think you're a little sus?
You know, it might depend on the time.
So what would you say like the craziest thing you've done with the guy on camera is?
Definitely my latest collab, the BJ video, or I did one with Ashton, a little 3-way video. That one was also pretty crazy.
Yeah. What happened in it?
We did Ashton was behind him, and then he was right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Doing
how
what?
I was doing a little jerking.
I love asking that. So like, what was you doing?
I was just sitting there enjoying it.
Mm-hmm. Did you like what you seen at all? Did it throw you off?
Well, it was my first ever experience like that on camera. So at first a little bit, and then I was like, honestly, it is what it is. Got into it, did it for the film, and it was good.
Yeah. So do you ever do something like that off camera?
Maybe with another guy and a girl or 2 girls, definitely.
Really? Have you ever done something like that before?
I have not yet. Haven't ticked that one off the bucket list.
What do you say you'd like to?
It's definitely up there.
Yeah. So
Needs
you
to be
never
ticked
had...
off.
What?
Needs to be ticked off.
Oh, snap. Y'all hear that? If you're seeing this, you're a creator, reach out. He's definitely
Hit the
interested.
DMs.
Hit the DMs. So what's like off camera, what would you say like the craziest thing you've ever done is?
Like, in what way?
Like sexually.
Like sexually? Probably had some crazy experiences on boats.
Boats?
On some boats down in the Ozarks.
The Ozarks. Where's the Ozarks?
Out in Missouri. They got some big lake out there. A bunch of people go out there on their boats, party up. It gets crazy.
Is that where you're from, Missouri?
It is not, no. I'm from Nebraska. But
Nebraska, but you're on a random boat in Missouri doing some crazy
yeah,
stuff?
my family, we got a place down there, so we go down there during the summers.
Interesting. You want to tell us a little bit about one? What's the craziest thing that's happened on a boat in Missouri?
Probably there was one time we were down there, met up with some girls. Me and a couple buddies were down there. Ended up meeting up with them. Their parents had a bunch of money, so they were on a huge yacht and everything down there. And they have like a big cove called Party Cove. And everyone goes there, turns up, ties all the boats together. Things get crazy. And next thing I know, things got wild. We went into one of the boats and had a crazy time in one of the rooms downstairs.
With a girl, right?
It was with a girl.
That's interesting. Well, I'm glad you had fun with that. I've never heard of, I guess, the Ozarks.
Definitely need to check it out.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested now.
If you want some girls, definitely go down there.
Yeah. So what would you say your type is?
Blondes for sure. Shorter than me. Good, fun, funny. Big boobs. Big boobs.
So you're a boobs guy?
I am.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm like the total opposite. Like, a girl could have like the nicest pair of boobs and like I feel bad because it doesn't do anything for me.
Really?
Yeah, like just looking at it won't do nothing for me. It's just like, nice. It's like a non-sarcastic, good for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like,
No, I get that.
I don't know. It's not because I'm a fruit ball or anything. It's just like, I don't know. It's just different because, like when I have, like when I do, what I do, at least with females, it's like I prefer them to leave their shirt on. I don't know if I prefer it. It's just like, it doesn't do anything for me. It says, if you want to leave your shirt on, like, go ahead, baby.
I think that's a hot take right there.
Yeah, I would definitely say that's a hot take. Because I feel like, especially where I'm from, so I'm from, Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, where it's definitely more southern, like everyone's more country. Like, I would say the gay community, the gay culture is definitely not, I wouldn't say popular. It's definitely not normalized, if that makes sense. Like, being gay where I live is not normal. And so, I don't know, I feel like they're definitely more boob guys. Like, they're definitely a lot different than me. Like, they see things way different than me. Because growing up, I've always been open-minded. And so, I've only met, like, probably 3 gay men my whole life before I turned 18. And I've always been accepting of them. And it seems like, they're always growing up getting bullied, and like everyone else is like really judgmental, makes fun of them and stuff. So, like, what was it like when you grew up?
It was kind of a very similar experience. It's kind of like more like country, small town. So it was very like, not if someone was gay, it was like a big thing, or like it was like there weren't very many people that would come out or stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I guess they'd wait till they're out of high school to probably come out, huh?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I think when I was in high school, there was probably maybe 1 or 2 open gay people.
Yeah.
And then, like, seems like when they graduated, there was like 5.
Yep. Numbers started going up.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, because I know, like, if I grew up gay, for sure, like, I would definitely I'd be so scared to come out, man, because, like, everyone has, like, a hard opinion on it.
Especially in, like, the small towns.
Yes. And, because you're definitely going to get judged.
Oh, 110%.
So, it's definitely different. And it's cool that you grew up in a small town, like, you have work experience. So I feel like we grew up, like, kind of similar.
Oh, yeah.
But, so I guess to get back on topic, so, like, when you're chat with your fans, some of them are cool, some of them are not. Some of them, they're really interested in certain things. What do you say, like, the craziest custom requests that you've got is?
Ooh, craziest? I had someone who, like, wanted, like, used T-shirts. Like, just, like, them worn, like, they wanted to, like, just be able to, like, smell them, stuff like that. So wanted me to, like, ship them to them. Or there's, like, a lot of, I've had, like, gloves, latex gloves. Had a handful of people text me about wanting videos of me using some latex gloves.
Let's see. What's crazy? I feel like what's funny is I've never got that. Latex gloves?
Yeah.
Huh. So I've had, like, a lot of people ask for stuff, like, in condoms. And, like, I don't mind doing that. Like, gloves? Never really heard of.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't until, like, a month or 2 ago was the first time. And then I probably gotten 5 or 6 since then.
Yeah. And so you've been doing it for almost 2 years, and that's the craziest request you've ever got?
Yeah. Or, like, people wanting me to, like, pop balloons, like, bounce on balloons to pop them.
What?
I've had, probably 3 or 4 people text me about videos like that. But honestly, I've never had anything crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty interesting. So that's probably, like, I would say that's probably the lightest custom, man, because there's some people out there, and, like, they're into some really weird stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I've heard some stories.
Yeah. So, like, one time I had a guy, and I know Brandon Cardoso. I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah.
But he got, like, the same request where they asked him to, how do I say this on YouTube, to defecate in, like, a condom and then freeze it overnight and then use it as, like, something you, like, pleasure yourself with.
Oof.
And, like, he was offering a big bag for it. It was, like, $10,000, but I don't know. It's, like, some people are just into some really weird stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, you never really know, like, what people are into. Because I didn't know people were into, like, armpits and feet so much.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big market on there.
Mm-hmm. Do you make a lot of that kind of content?
Yeah, definitely a lot of the feet content, more so feet than armpit, but probably every couple of days I'll get feet people asking, wanting some more new updated feet pics.
That's funny. And like, do they like them like clean, dirty?
I haven't gotten any requests for really dirty ones. Maybe a handful, but most of the time they're just like, just take a picture of them right now and show me.
Mm-hmm. And I know you said that was the craziest customer request you've ever got. What's the craziest customer request you've ever done?
Craziest one I've ever done. Probably there was one time someone wanted me to get off as many times as I could in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was probably the craziest and longest one
Mm-hmm.
I ever did, and we hit 12 with that one.
Mm-hmm. And I know that I remember when I had Opash on, he had mentioned that you broke some kind of record. It was like 18 times in a day.
Yeah, so me and Ashton both went for 18 cum shots in a day, and we both ended up hitting it. And then I believe it was about 9 hours, a little over 9 hours we hit it both. So it was crazy. Definitely an experience for sure right there.
Yeah. Man, you should have just sent him that video.
Yeah, no kidding. But at least I got some practice beforehand for beating the record.
Yeah. How much, you don't have to tell me, but how much did he pay for that?
It was like $2,500.
Oh, dang. And that was just like a full day to yourself where you just kind of sat there and tried to
Yeah, I did like
get it all out?
1 an hour, yeah.
1 an hour? You took a 9-hour video?
No, I did it. It was like individual videos,
Oh,
so it was like every time.
Sheesh. Man, that sounds exhausting. 2,500 though. That ain't bad. That ain't bad.
I couldn't turn it down. Couldn't turn it down.
Is that like the most you'd say you ever made off of a custom before?
Probably off of maybe one single video, yeah. But like I've had like, where I've done like maybe like 3 videos at once for someone, and they've paid in like chunks.
Mm-hmm. So how many times, like, I guess in your personal life, would you say you're like a kind of like a horny person in general?
I would say so, yeah. An overly horny person.
Yeah. How many times would you say you get one out in a day, like on average?
If it's a day where I'm at home all day, we could probably get up to like 3 or 4. But if it's just like a chill day, maybe I got to go out later in the day, we'll do like 1 or 2 for sure.
Dang, sir. So you'd be nutting every day.
Yeah. Oh, it's an everyday thing.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, you've been with almost 20 people. Like, is there anything that you do, I guess, like in bed that would separate you from everybody else? Like, is there something that a girl would be like, yeah, Brad, he did this? Like, is there something that they would bring up?
Probably being able to go for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one thing. And then one thing that probably like surprises a lot of people is I'm a shy, quieter person, but I will definitely get freaky in the bedroom.
Oh,
and that definitely surprises a lot of people.
Yeah. I feel like that surprised me, man, because, like, when I know you in real life, you're, like, kind of shy, kind of quiet. And so, like, I couldn't really see you going crazy in there.
Oh, yeah. People are surprised by that.
Yeah. That's very interesting. So you're like, what's it called? It's like there's a song and they're talking about how you're shy, but, like, in the room, you're like a freak. That's kind of how you are.
Oh, I know what song is. Oh, I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah. I want to say it's Chris Brown, but it could be Drake or it could be something else. But I remember that song. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Because you're probably like the most shy OnlyFans creator I think I've ever met.
Yeah. Oh, I get that a lot.
Yeah. Like if someone asked me like what you be doing, like that would not be what I would think of. Because you're so like, you know, you're nice and you're quiet and like you're just kind of there enjoying the moment. And so this is, I don't know. I couldn't see you getting down like that.
Oh, yeah. It shocks people for sure.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, so is that what you would say is out of the ordinary, like that you do in bed? Like there's like nothing, like no specific positions. You don't have any certain kinks that would like separate you?
Probably nothing like crazy out of the ordinary, no.
Mm-hmm. And have you ever been down bad, like a time where like you've been lonely for a long time, maybe like you drunk a little bit? I know you're not old enough to do that technically, but has there ever been a time where you're just like lonely by yourself and you're just like, I'm just gonna invite this girl even though it's not attractive?
There's probably been a couple times that's happened where I've like gotten back from like a trip or something, or like a collab trip or something, and gotten back and been like, all right, just going through who maybe wants to come over, and then ended up just picking one for the night.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, bro. So, like, how many times would you say that happens, or has happened?
Not too often. Maybe just a handful of times.
It's probably 5 times.
Yeah, 4 or 5 times.
All right. So, what would you say your favorite position is?
Definitely doggy. I'm a doggy kind of guy. That does it for me.
That's interesting. So I feel like a lot of creators say that, and I feel like I don't like it that much. But I think it's because, like, I'm not really a tall guy. So I'm like 5'8", 5'9". How tall would you say you are?
Probably like 5'11".
Really? I was gonna guess 6 foot, like 6 foot.
Maybe depending on the pair of shoes.
Yeah. Like everyone says that, and I feel like since I'm not that tall, I feel like it just doesn't work out for me that well.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like, I feel like when you're in that kind of position, you kind of have to go at a certain angle, and it just makes it a lot harder for me personally.
Yeah.
So it's good that you like it.
Oh, it's definitely my go-to.
Yeah, mine is it's called like lazy doggy, where they just like literally just lay there, and you're like on top of them, like they lay on their stomach and you're on top of them. Like that's like, so anytime I do stuff like that, like that's where I start and that's where I finish.
Really?
Yeah, because I gotta start there because, like, once I'm already up, like that's where I go to, so I know I'm gonna stay, up. I know I'm gonna enjoy it. Like I feel like that's the position that I'm just like the best at, because like that's my go-to.
You vibing it.
And then I'll like switch it up a few times, just so it's not like the same position for however long. And then I like alternate it or whatever, and then that's obviously for the girl or the guy, depending on what's going on in that situation. And then I always into that position because it takes me like 1 minute max, and that's how it goes. But as far as your guy collabs, what would you say your favorite one is?
Probably my favorite one. I think probably the latest one, the BJ one. It's probably my favorite.
And who is that with?
That was with a cameraman. That was with our cameraman from the live stream.
That's his name, cameraman?
Yep, that's cameraman.
Cameraman.
Shout out cameraman.
Shout out to cameraman. That's actually really funny. It's funny he doesn't have a name. That's hilarious. And so like, I guess he just kind of like did that to you?
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. Video did good, so I had no complaints on my end.
And is he fully gay?
He is.
Dang, so he probably has a little experience, huh?
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So I can't get over that's just his username on everything, cameraman.
Cameraman.
And like, I know you're straight, but when you're filming any of these guy collabs, has there been any that you're like were actually kind of attracted to?
There hasn't been any that I personally have, but I know on the other way around there might have been a couple. Like my recent one that I filmed, I know he was into it, wanted to maybe do it again. So I know that was definitely, there might have been some attraction on that end.
So like that's definitely something. Well, is that something you would do off camera, you think? I mean, was it good?
It was good, but I don't know about off camera. Definitely for another video.
Yeah.
Might be able to swing that.
Might be able to swing that. That's funny. So I know that you were recently on the live stream that Opash was on. He was on stream for like almost 2 months. Like, how was that? Walk me through that, because I know personally I couldn't handle that.
Oh, it was definitely a whole new crazy experience. Felt like a reality TV show, pretty much. Just camera on all day, kind of vibing with you all day. You're getting to talk with all the different creators in the house, the subscribers. That was really cool. Getting to talk to all the fans, getting to know them on a more personal level.
And what was it like just being filmed for that long?
It was definitely a whole new experience. That's for sure. It was fun though. I had fun doing it. I thought it was fun. There was a lot of the times like maybe like I'd be like, oh, was I able to say that? Can I say that? Or something along those lines. So, but other than that, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Would you say you got a pretty good income boost from it?
Oh yeah, I would definitely say so. Got a lot of new high spenders coming in, a lot of new subs, so it was definitely very, very worth it.
Yeah. You don't have to tell me if you don't want. How much would you say you were making like per month when you're on that live stream?
I would say probably between the month of January and February, between everything, it was probably in like the 30-40 range.
Dang. What about February to March?
February to March, that was probably, well, that meant for January and February combined.
Oh, shoot. So that's probably like, what, 20K a month or so?
Yeah, so it was probably right around there.
Dad, gone, boy. How much was he making like before that?
Before that, I was probably averaging, it was like right around like, average was like 10, 15.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely went up to like 20, 25.
Yeah. So you're definitely doing okay before that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But it
And,
definitely went up after that.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I'm happy for you, man.
Thank you.
Because I know when I first started, like, I was around like 10 to 15, and then it took a few months, and then eventually I got there, and then kind of slowed down, picked back up.
Yep.
But are you doing social media too?
Yeah, so I'm on X and Instagram, Blumboy Brad.
Yeah. How's the X account doing?
It's been doing pretty good. I just hit 13K not too long ago on there, so everything's been going well.
Mm-hmm. Not bad. So a little funny story about X. So I used to do it. I got up to like, I want to say it was like 260,000 followers. And then they just completely shut down my account. Like just suspended it. Wouldn't tell me why. Like I checked it one day. It just said account suspended. I checked the email.
You're doing too good.
Maybe. I got it pretty, I'd say relatively fast. And then I checked my email. It said account suspended. I messaged their support team. I was like, why did I get suspended? And it says we don't have to provide a reason. They said it like professionally, though. They're like, we don't have to provide a reason, something. And then I was like, okay, well, this really sucks. Like, this is going to take hit on my income, like my marketing, social media, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, okay, I'll just make a new account. And I did. And so I started from 0 followers. And within like 2 months, I got to like 60,000 because I was just grinding. I was like texting other creators all the time for like reposts because that's like the fastest way to grow on there. And like I was posting every day, sometimes twice a day. And like I was just like hitting it.
Grinding that.
Right. And within like, I think it was 50 days, I got to 60,000. Boom, suspended again. Yeah, bro. I was like, are you kidding me, bro? Like I was so tight. Like I was so mad because like I was out here grinding probably like literally like probably, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but like when you're sitting on your phone doing something, it was like 1 to 2 hours a day just sitting there on Twitter, like just texting, posting, reposting others, like texting to get my stuff reposted. And like it just kept happening, bro. And I was like, whatever, I'm fed up. So I don't even do X no more.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like I have like an account that I started, like I don't even touch. Like it has 0 posts. I think I made the account private, and it's got like, I think maybe 20,000 followers on it. It's still a decent amount, I guess, for not doing anything. And it's just sitting there, man, because, like, I'm scared to do it again. I'm just going to get suspended.
Yeah, just going to ban you again.
Yeah. And it's just what's frustrating is they won't give me a reason.
Yeah. Oh, that's always the worst with that.
Yeah. I'm like, man, y'all could at least tell me, like, did you think, maybe someone was too young? Did you think something? Like explain to me why so, like, I know not to do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like another thing. So, being like an OF creator, like once you start making a certain amount, like, how do I explain it? Like, I guess people start getting suspicious. They start wondering what you do. And so I used to use a certain bank. I don't want to say which bank it is. And they recently closed my account because they found out what I did.
Really?
Yeah, like my bank literally cut me off and stopped working with me over it. And then they sent me a piece of mail. I didn't see it till it was too late. And then I checked my bank because I went to do my taxes, and like my accounts weren't there. And I was like, what the heck? So I called them. They were closed because it was like it snowed here, and they were closed. And then she was like, I don't really know, but I'm legally obligated to read you the script. I was like, okay. And they basically professionally said, we don't want to work with you. We're ending our relationship, blah, blah, blah. And like they wouldn't tell me why, but it has to be OF because
yeah,
what else would it be? Like I'm not out here doing anything else. So yeah, just be careful of that. If you ever want to become a creator, if you ever get, I wouldn't say too big, but like if you start growing a decent following, you start making a certain amount, like banks will not work with you. Like it's
that
pretty
is
crazy.
wild.
And I feel like no one's talked about that because I've reached out to other creators and asked if that happened, and they all said the same thing.
Really?
Yeah, and I've never seen it talked about anywhere. So
yeah, I've never heard that talked about.
yeah, so it's pretty crazy. I don't know. I still am like wrapping my head around that.
That is wild.
Yeah, that was literally like a week ago. So, yeah, it's pretty insane, but I don't know. Well, Brad, it was nice talking to you, man. You're cool on and off camera. It was
Thank you.
really cool getting to know you, having like the everyone else get to know you. So, you want to plug your socials?
Well, thanks for having me on. I'm Blonde Boy Brad on X, Instagram, and OF. So hit my links.
Check them out. Link will be in the description, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.